not protecting the people, then that protection word in your title, it's wrong. But
I
the
was
state
at
issued
that
the license
meeting.
anyway.
I was at that meeting, and I remember it was at the Recreation Center in Romulus, and it was not a shock to me, I guess, as it probably wasn't to you, but it was a stunning admission, I think, in front of the
They have a
crowd.
public hearing, and they already determined they're gonna give the permit for the radioactive from Ohio.
Right.
Yep.
I'm hoping that the new governor will, at least on the state level, make some changes in that as far as the approval process, because I know the previous governor basically gave the green light to everything going through. And, but anyway, enough chatter on it, I guess.
Anyway, motion been made and supported. All those who agree signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Oppose, motion carried. Yeah, part of the item we approve here today with the receive and file, it's the 511 Woodward here, still in the land bank, and they didn't close the deal on it yet. So I think the land bank trying to clean up the file, and we received some information on it, so that's why I went under receive and file. So we hope to see the deal completed very soon, because that building sitting empty like that doesn't help anybody. Okay, next item.
Item number 29, a subrecipient agreement with the city of Taylor and with the home program.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Mr.
Harold.
Take the motion. Terry Carroll, Community Development. This is the program year 2016 subrecipient agreement from the city of Taylor for their home funds. Yes, it is.
Mr. Basham ought to have fun with that one.
Retroactive.
Oh,
Actually,
Retroactive.
actually, it would have never gotten this far without Commissioner Basham.
Oh, I'm sure.
He was beating them up over this, so.
He actually helped to get
got to see if he gonna be consistent. though.
Well,
That's the point.
it's not, well,
Well, you could bet whatever you want. I will remind him of that in the next meeting to see he will vote yes on this. Yeah.
he was a very big help.
Okay.
Good to hear.
Okay. Any other question? Hearing none, a motion been made and supported. All those who agree signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Next item.
Item number 30, a subrecipient agreement with the city of Livonia, again with the home program.
That for Commissioner whatever.
Mariki.
Maraki.
And Webb. Support.
Yeah.
Motion been made and supported. Any discussion? Seeing none, all those who agree signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Next item.
Actually, item number 31, another home agreement with the city of Livonia.
Mr. Carroll, wait till we have a motion, then open it for discussion.
I'll make a motion.
Support.
Motion been made and supported. Discussion. Mr. Carroll.
They have, the city of Livonia has recently had some turnover at the director level, and they are progressing, so we expect to see this money flow fairly fast.
Okay. Any other question? Motion been made and supported. All those who agree signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried.
Thank you.
Okay, next item, David Schreiber.
Yep, such other matters, Ms.
Yes, I'm going to recognize Mr. David Schreiber and brief on us on the next events in the county.
My apologies, David. You have someone out there that resembles you a little bit, but I remember now that you're with EDC.
I don't think he wants to really resemble that person.
Good afternoon, Commissioners. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to.
Actually, if you push the button that says push with the green light.
Oh,
One, okay.
there we go. Much better. All right. Once again, thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to update you on some activities that are going on with economic development programs that we are planning. And before I do that, I want to introduce you to our newest staff member with the EDC. This is Nasser Cade. Hello. He just joined us last week from city of Dearborn. So just want to take, as long as we're here, to take the opportunity.
I want to, if you allow me, Mr. Chair, I want to welcome Nasser Kayed. He's a friend from Dearborn, and he worked for the city of Dearborn. It's their loss in Dearborn and our gain in Wayne County, I guess. We look forward to working with you.
Absolutely.
Say the first name.
Nasser.
Nasser. Okay, thank you.
Appreciate the welcome, thank you.
Nasser in Arabic, it means victorious.
Yay.
That's why I'm here.
We're very excited to have him on board and getting him up to speed. And one of the things he'll be doing is working with all of you as we work through various projects that we have on the economic development side.
Welcome aboard, and we wish you well. We'll evaluate you next year. See? Commissioner Anderson.
Thank you. Thank you. I wondered if we could get a copy of this, electronic copy, and because I think some of us would like to share that on Facebook and other places to.
My understanding is, and over a month ago, all of you, in fact, twice, I think, have already received electronic versions of this.
Wow.
Andy made sure that was forwarded to the commission staff and then to yourselves.
Okay.
Is my understanding.
Really?
We'll share.
And happy to make sure it gets done again.
Okay. All right.
Like I say, I was scheduled to come here, your meeting almost a month ago. You had a couple of meetings scheduled. That's why you're seeing this a little later than I had originally intended to introduce it to you. But this is a continuation of one of the priorities that we've had in economic development, which is to ensure that our local Wayne County businesses are aware of and take advantage of all of the programs and services that are available to them to help them start and grow their businesses in Wayne County. Over the last 12 months, we hosted 3 events where we invited what we call our Wayne County Business Resource Network Partnership, which is made up of many nonprofit and governmental organizations which provide services to business to connect with our business community. We did one in Detroit, we did one in Western Wayne, and one in the Downriver area, where the last one, for instance, we had over 700 people registered for that event. It had 4 topic areas as part of that, different aspects of how to do business. This year, we thought that we would do something a little bit different to change up things. So instead of doing big events where we have all of these 4 topic areas at one time, we're doing smaller events where one of the 4 topic areas are highlighted at each of these events. So that we can do a little deeper dive into that and have the attendees be able to focus and make sure that they get the kind of attention and introduction that they need to the organizations which provide these services. The first of which will be on Halloween, coming up in another week, where we are focusing on how to help businesses in Wayne County take their business to the next level. And this is all about business consulting and the kind of business consulting services that are out there to help businesses learn how to be better business people So one of our partners, which is the SBDC, Small Business Development Centers, which are actually housed right here in our building, we provide intake. We provide a person who is there to do intake for them, along with organizations such as SCORE, which are retired business people who provide free consulting services, and others, as you can see from the list in here, provide all the different types of services that you see listed, whether it's how to do a business plan, how to market your business, how to raise capital, financing, things of that nature. The way that we will be conducting this is we'll start off with having all of our 6 organizations up on the stage, and we will invite our attendees to, and this will be a little prearranged so we can get some good examples, to talk about an opportunity or a challenge that they face in their business. And then our panel of experts will talk about how they can help using their services to help them either take advantage of that opportunity or deal with the challenge that they face. And this will just sort of warm up the audience to, oh, okay, now I get it. Now I get how this might affect me. And it'll also be, many of these people often face the same types of opportunities or challenges, so there'll be a little interaction that way. And then we have tables set up in the room where the attendees can then go meet and connect with the representatives from the different service organizations. So that's the event that's coming up on the 31st. We also have another event that's in the planning stages that'll be coming up probably in January, and I can talk about that after you have any questions on this one.
Okay, Commissioner McCormick?
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. I am so glad to see this. Actually today, I'm giving or helping to organize a small business workshop. And it talks to some of these points, which is great. So the Small Business Development Center, you said that's here inside the building?
We have a representative right on site on the 28th floor in our offices. And I was remiss in not introducing my other coworker who is working with me on this project. I just jumped right in and think, this is Darcy Martin. We are working together to make this a success.
Okay, and do you have certain business hours for the Small Business Development Center?
It is the normal business hours, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. Typically, while he is stationed here, most of the inquiries come in by email or phone. And they do have the opportunity, if they wanted, if the counselors wish to meet here, to be able to do that, but mostly they go out to the businesses.
Okay. Can you send us information on what your Small Business Development Center does? I don't know if I have a outline or know exactly.
And it's not, and to be clear, it's not the county's Small Business Development
Right.
Center. They're one of our partners. We house them. It's a Michigan Small Business Development Center. So his office is all over the state. And we partner with them to bring those resources to our Wayne County businesses.
Okay.
And I'd be happy to send you more detailed information on that. I'll send it through the commission so
And-
all of you get that.
Okay, and who did you say was the contact person there?
Well, his name is Brian King.
Okay.
And I can send you his contact information
great.
also. The director for the region is Wendy Thompson, and but she's not housed here.
Okay, great. Thank you.
But she will be one of the key people speaking and at this event on the 31st. So I've been working very close. She and I worked together to develop the concept and the format for this event. So I worked very close. They were probably our key partner was the SBDC.
Great, thank you.
Commissioner Varga? You're welcome.
Thank you. When we have someone come in to assist on how to start a business, do we have resource information they're allowed to take with them? Does that include like what you will have to have, the kinds of paperwork they're going to have to file? I mean, it's just the simplest things that they probably wouldn't even think about going to make sure that their name that they're going to be calling is going to be available, you know, the business name and little things like that. Acquiring insurance, those little tiny things that people really don't even think about. They
That-
just have an idea, I want to do this.
That is an excellent question, and actually one of the things, the answer is yes. What they will do is Brian will do he will do a triage, he'll do an intake, find out where they are in the process, and then connect them with all of the resources needed to be able to address what their questions are, what their needs are, what their concerns are related to, their particular situation. So it's not a general, it's very specific. They also, the SBDC puts on workshops on a regular basis on various topics that are common to many business people in our area. But one of the things that I'm planning on doing, while the county has resources directly, is such as, how to register a business, our human relations group, which helps with certifications and that, I want to have it be more obvious where to find that information on our website. So one of the things we're planning on doing is upgrading the economic development website to make sure that all of those resources are very easy to find if they just come through the website.
That sounds good, because some of them, if they're in the very early stages, don't even know what they don't know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And we do have a mechanism on our website that for any general inquiries that come in, they can just put in a request on the website that comes to me. If it is one such as an entrepreneur, I walk right down the hall, I talk to Brian, and then I forward that to him. Right now, he is our way of connecting our entrepreneurs and our business people with those types of resources. I hope in the future that we can continue to beef up our ability to, as the county, directly respond to those things. But right now, what we can do is to just help make sure that our business people are even aware that these things are out there. And that's why we're putting on these series of events, and we're continuing to do that on a regular basis.
We used to have this, Mr. Chair, it was called One Stop Shop. Love to see it come back. Thank you.
Absolutely, so we can gain more resources to be able to focus on that. But right now, we can just connect them with that.
That's good enough. Thank you.
Commissioner Ware? You're fine? Thank you.
So, now, this one, and the last time I was in front of you, you reinforced the idea of looking at your schedules when we schedule this. And you'll notice that this indeed, I work very hard. I work with Andy to make sure I absolutely knew when there were no commission meetings of any kind before I scheduled this. And I was able to do that because we totally controlled what we're doing. The next event, which we are doing, which will be in January, we are actually partnering with the Michigan Economic Development Corporation and their Pure Michigan Business Connect program to put on the event, because what it is an event to help our Wayne County businesses learn how to take advantage of opportunities to become vendors to the public sector, whether it's Wayne County, the state of Michigan, the airport authority, or any of the other governmental organizations which are always looking for new vendors to do business with. It's actually fairly simple to get registered, as you and I know, but many businesses don't understand, how to do that. So we're going to partner with them because what PMBC does, Pure Michigan Business Connect does, is they're really, really good at scheduling one-on-one meetings, but on a B2B basis. They'd never done one where it was B to G, I guess, B to government. And they thought this was a good expansion of what they do. So we're going to be doing that. We'll have our human relations group will be part of this. There's other certification organizations that we're going to approach to be part of this. Our purchasing group, of course, will be part of this. Darcy and I Nasser were out just the other week to visit what we think will be a really cool venue for this, which is just down the street here at the Michigan Adventure Center. I don't know if you're familiar with that. For the kids, when we set this up, we're going to have our one-on-one meetings scheduled right in and among the exhibits there. We just think that it's going to be so cool to do it that way. And they do have the space to accommodate all of the things that we're looking to do. But this is a way to help our businesses, our Wayne County businesses, diversify their business, to increase their sales, and to better connect and be supportive of us in government by providing their services to us. So we haven't set the date on that one, and I will say the only times we can do this and have it at the Michigan Adventure Center, and I mentioned this, is on a Monday or a Tuesday. And so I'll do my best to try to schedule around your schedules, but I have to work with PMBC and when they're available to work on this, because they're going to do the heavy lifting on it. The Michigan Adventure Center as part of that. So it'll be, it'll be a morning event like this one, half day. But it'll be an opportunity either for companies both to have prearranged meetings with folks from our purchasing organization, the state's purchasing organization, and other purchasing agents, or just to come and walk up and have walk-up where they can ask questions. So they'll have both one-on-one tables, and they'll have a room where we'll have each of the organizations just there staffing it, and any questions you have, you can come up and meet. So we think that's going to be pretty nice, too, in a way to help support our Wayne County businesses.
Is the state contribute any to those funding to create those event and those educational program to the county, or it's just on the county's expenses?
Well, in this particular case, they'll probably pick up most of the cost, if not all of the cost, in that particular event. Plus, they're actually doing the heavy lifting of the organizing of the one-on-one meetings, which they're very good at. But we're managing the event to make sure that it maximizes the potential for Wayne County businesses. And the one thing we said was, look, this is the first time you're doing this. We're taking the lead on it. All we ask is that this be a pilot to try it out specifically for Wayne County. And so that we make sure that Wayne County businesses get the priority in participating in that. And if it works out well for them, they'll probably duplicate it and do it again more on a statewide basis. And we'll continue to funnel our Wayne County businesses into those events.
Well, Wayne County, it's the right place to start. It's where the
That's
action
right.
is,
That's
yes.
right.
We want, absolutely, we want to, and we're starting to take a leadership role in creating some of these innovative programs out there. Like I say, the PMBC had never done anything like this before. We brought it to them and proposed it to them. So, once again, Wayne County is starting to take a leadership role in economic development across the state.
Any other question for Mr. Schreiber? I'm sorry. I have a problem with that phone. Really, it's off. I turn it off and it's still ringing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I took it to Apple and they said it have a water damage and they don't work on a phone with water damage. So till I decide I'm going to spend the money buy another one, so you guys have to put up with it. No.
This is what happens when we put the trust in the Chinese to do it.
Anyway, if there are no other questions, thank you, Mr. Schreiber, and we wish you luck. I think it's the business community, it's the heartbeat of our economy, so I'm glad you're working on the
Just so you know, right now, according to Darcy this morning, We have over 220 registered for the event. So,
Excellent.
and it was right on the target of what, like I said, I told you, this is going to be smaller, but these are people who are very interested in this specific topic.
Excellent. Commissioner Anderson?
David, one of the things I wondered if you might have already reached out to the local communities' cable systems and asked them to run this as a promo to encourage people. You might be able to reach a larger number of people than certainly even those of us that have a few thousand people on our Facebook.
What I did do, I have a distribution list of people, all of the chief elected officials in all 43 communities, all the economic development professionals in all of the communities, all of the city managers and others within the communities, plus all of our partners within Wayne County of various organizations and that. All of them have been asked multiple times to help us to promote this event, many of which have done so, and I've asked them to do it on every type of media that they have available, whether it's the newsletters they send out, if they have distribution lists to business people, whatever source they have, because we have exactly this much budget to spend on average, or I should say this much budget. We actually spent a few dollars to advertise on Facebook and LinkedIn, maybe $200 each on that. That was the whole marketing budget for us. So without our friends out there in the cities and the communities and that, getting it out to their business community, we would have very few people attending.
Chambers also?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
The chambers, and chambers are very helpful at this. So, many of the major chambers have been asked and are part of that network. And if you know of any organization that you think should be part of this and you talk with them and they're not currently part of it, we are inclusive. The only reason they're not part of it is we haven't connected yet. So if you point them in my direction, be happy to add them in as part of it. Once again, it's an informal network of organizations that work together to the betterment of businesses in Wayne County.
I'd like to get one of your cards too before you, both of you, if you don't mind. As Nasser
Absolutely,
has new
Commissioner.
cards already?
I do not.
Okay.
They're in the works.
Okay, all right, be great.
Next meeting, I will have some on me.
Thank you.
Commissioner Baydun?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I know you don't have a budget, but I would highly recommend putting an ad of this event in the Arab American News, which is in Dearborn, and they have a large followers of business owners.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I can provide Nasser.
I can take it from,
Yeah, okay.
I can help you with that.
Great.
Excellent.
Actually, appreciate the recommendation.
Excellent. Well, thank you, David. Nice meeting you, Nasser. Nice meeting you. And have a good day.
Thank you again.
Okay. Now we move to public comment. Anybody from the public like to make a comment? Once, twice, 3 times. Nobody want to make a comment. Now we move to the last item. It's everybody's favor.
Adjournment?
Yeah.
Moved.
Motion been made and supported. All those who agree signify by saying aye. Opposed,